This is another live in our One Simple Thing resources. We're doing this weekly where we are simply sharing a simple and short instructional video. And I also am recording a 5-minute podcast episode relating to the same topic that we talk about in the instructional video. And then I send you all the resources, the links, any savings codes, and the video and the audio, everything in one place every week. So if you like to get that resource weekly about all different one simple things, which is plural, so I really can't say one simple things. I think you know what I mean. Just comment the word simple. I'll be sure to tell you how to get that. I will also send you the resources that we talk about in this video today, right now. So comment the word simple, or anytime go to Solely Rested, which is my website, SOULY rested.com/ONE, the number one spelt out. And you can sign up there to get all these resources so you never miss out. We're doing this weekly. And we're keeping it simple, guys, because that is the best way to get our families on a healthier path to simply do one simple thing at a time. If you're catching this live, hello, I see a lot of you hopping in. Please come back and comment the word simple after we are no longer live, because once I hit the publish button, I lose the comments. But I'm so glad you're here. Hi, guys. Today, our one simple thing is so simple. I thought, can I do a week on this? But yes, I can. I'll tell you why. This is something that is a new summer drink to me, kind of my own creation, I guess. It's unique every time I make it. I'll explain why. And I absolutely love it. And it is so good for me. And it's so simple, you're not going to believe it. I need two things for this. I do need my kombucha. I've been making kombucha for, I bet you it's been a decade now. I think it has been. On a nonstop basis. We went away for a 3-week trip once, had a few other little vacations where I would put it on hold. But aside from that, for a decade, I have been feeding my gut this amazingly, really good probiotic, good for my gut drink. Try to drink some daily. You don't even have to drink a lot, and it doesn't even have to be second ferment and flavored. I will draw it off on my first ferment often, which is what I'm going to show you today. If you don't make your own kombucha, yes, you can absolutely make this drink with store-bought kombucha, but why aren't you making your own? It's so much better, guys. In fact, let me know what your hesitations are. If you are not making your own kombucha, what keeps you from it? Because I always love to know that, because I love to bust those myths and help you get over those hurdles, because this right here, seriously, is the most fun I have in my kitchen. It is the most rewarding thing I have ever decided to conquer, except for fresh flour. They're probably about equal. That I've decided to conquer in my kitchen. It's so much fun making my own kombucha, trying different flavors all the time, even finding resources for fruit that would otherwise literally be trash or fed to the chickens, but I make kombucha flavoring with it. So there's so many reasons I love it. But I'm getting off track. You know what? Before we do this, I'm going to stir this. I need to grab a spoon. I thought I had everything I needed, but I just realized I'm going to stir this before I draw it off. The lactic acid will fall to the bottom of your ferment vessel. So it's always good, when I think of it, to give it a good stir before I draw off, so that I'm getting equal amounts of all the good stuff that is built up in here. While I have it open, I'll quickly show you my SCOBY, because I'm kind of weird. I really like seeing other people's SCOBYs because sometimes it's insane how big and how wonderful these guys get. Let me move you a little bit closer. Pull this out. Always wash your hands and make sure they're rinsed of any soap film before you do this. I really need to separate my layers. I can make SCOBY candy. I can add it to my compost pile. I can feed it to the chickens. But that is my SCOBY. See this layer right here that my thumb is on that's transparent? That's the newest top layer that has formed. But look at those layers. It just keeps growing. Okay, so so that's my SCOBY. Also, don't let my ferment vessel intimidate you. This is a 4-gallon stainless steel, high gauge stainless steel vessel. I love, highly recommend. It's what I've been using for at least 9 years now. But don't let that intimidate you. You can use a 1/2-gallon mason jar and do this same principle on a smaller scale. Okay, so the first thing I need is some water. I decided a few weeks ago I wanted to be getting more electrolytes. I wasn't feeling too good, didn't have a lot of energy, and even though I was drinking water, your cells don't take in the water like they should if you don't have an electrolyte mixed with it. This is my all-time favorite. Use code SOLERESTED anytime, all the time if you want to try this. I was looking for my scoop. My scoop is in it. I don't even add a whole scoop. I usually add about a 1/2 scoop because I'm drinking this many times a day and I'm getting much more than a scoop in a day. Mix that up. I mix it in with a little bit of water first so that it doesn't spill over my cup and so that my little blender isn't submerged in the water itself. Once I have that mixed up, so that is enough electrolyte for a whole cup of water, but instead I'm going to add some kombucha now because I'm getting my gut health and my electrolytes in one drink. I like to drink this first thing in the morning or with dinner. Usually I do both actually on a hot summer day. And the benefits that I have found from the gut health that kombucha has provided me, it's unbelievable how good this stuff is. I literally will stand on a soapbox and be an advocate for kombucha anytime. When I saw the dentist 2 months ago now, she was blown away with the results on my study. It's what's the word I'm looking for? She's a holistic dentist. And I just started seeing her about 9 months ago. And she had done an oral health study and she said she literally wanted to frame it. She had never seen one so perfect with my microbiome in my mouth. And that's so important for your health in every way, but that's just one way to measure it. And I told her, I'm pretty sure it's because of the kombucha and my religious fascination and love of this stuff, getting a little bit of the good stuff in my system every single day. Okay, my electrolyte. Now I'm just going to draw off some of my first ferment. But earlier I told you that one thing I love about this drink is I can make so many variations, like it's never ending how many variations I could make because there are multiple flavors of electrolytes. This is mango, I think. Yeah, I love the mango. So many that are really delicious though. Berry, lemon, lime, orange. There's a few others. I'm not sure if they're discontinued now, some of the ones I have in my cabinet, but lots of options. And then you can use your second ferment kombucha. In fact, let me know what you'd like to know more about with kombucha. Let me know your hesitations with making it and what you'd like to know more about, because we can certainly do more One Simple Thing weeks about the kombucha, because there's so many things to tell you. But there are many, many ways to flavor kombucha. I think we've already done One Simple Thing week about that, and I'll share the link for that in the resources for this video, because we talked about using tea to flavor the second ferment kombucha, which is also made with tea. But if you're using second ferment, you know, there's thousands, tens of thousands ways you can flavor your kombucha to have your second ferment, and combine that with the many different flavors of electrolytes. And guys, it's like never ending. So I added about half of this electrolytes, about half of it kombucha. I'm going to top it off with some more water and add some ice. See, I even thought of bringing my ice over. I just didn't remember my spoon. And this right here is my absolute new favorite summer drink. I love it because the saltiness of the electrolyte combined with the slightly tart, you know, this is a fermented drink, so it's slightly vinegar, but vinegary. I don't like vinegary kombucha. I never purchase it for that reason. So typically my kombucha is a combination of tart sweet flavor. So you're combining the tart sweetness with the saltiness of the electrolyte. It's just so good. And like you take a sip of it and you realize this is what my body was craving, you know, like you can tell. So that's my thoughts. What are your questions? Yes, I would peel from the bottom of the SCOBY Kims. You really can't go wrong because it's going to grow new continually. But yes, especially if you're making like SCOBY candy, that's slightly, I don't know if healthier is the word I want to use, but it's going to have more of the lactic acid buildup in the bottom. Any other questions? You guys, lots of you on here. Hello. Just started with kefir, says Kim's Beneficial Beauty. Is this the same principle? You know what? I've never made kefir. I really haven't even read about it. I know people do it, and it is a fermented drink. So I guess it must be the same principle in some way, but kefir uses grains, right? Is that what you call it? Some sort of grains, like they're like rice looking almost. I could be wrong. And the way that you ferment your kombucha is with the SCOBY. So I know that's a huge difference, that you do need to have and maintain a SCOBY to make kombucha. But that sounds much more difficult than it is. If you guys are looking for a SCOBY, I know the best resource in the world. I even have a savings code for you. Super easy to get a SCOBY. And maintaining it, it's literally a matter of peeling off the layers and doing something with them once in a while. So, but yes, it must be, I know it's somewhat like kefir. I just can't tell you how they exactly compare. You are welcome, Kims. Is it Minnie Mama Moments? I have never tasted anything fermented. I would love to taste before I go through the process. I'm very content with water. Well, you know what? That's awesome. I personally am not crazy about water, so I highly am in awe of the fact that you are very content with water. I would caution to you sometimes add a little bit of salt, a little bit of electrolyte, something like this Relay, because that is going to help your cells take in what you need from your water. Otherwise, you could actually wind up just, does it sound vulgar to say this? Just peeing it out. But yeah, something fermented, if you're making it yourself, you have total control over the taste. And I know often people will say, well, it's too vinegary. I don't like vinegary drinks. I don't want to drink vinegar. Neither do I. But when you're making it yourself, you have total control over what you're sweetening it with and how long you let the fermentation go. The longer you let it go, the more likely it's going to become vinegary. Kim says, yes, they are very mushy. Okay, so it's like mushy rice if you're making kefir. The kefir grains, are they called grains? Okay, I think that's all the comments. I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so that's it for this week of One Simple Thing. Be sure to comment the word simple, and I will tell you how to get all the resources, the savings codes, and the links and the information from previous weeks, and to get on the list to get the information moving forward. Thanks, guys. This was fun. Join me next week for one more One Simple Thing.